What if the most powerful thing you could ever do is stop caring so much? Sit with that for a second. Not stop caring about everything, but stop letting everything own you. Stop letting outcomes pull you around like a dog on a leash. Stop reacting before you even think. What if the people who seem untouchable, the ones who don't flinch, don't spiral, don't beg, what if they're not cold? What if they've just figured something out that most people haven't? That's what this video is about. Welcome to the Absence Protocol. Most of us grew up being told that feeling things deeply is a virtue, that passion equals strength, that the more invested you are, the more you care, and the more you care, the better person you are. And there's truth in that, to a point. But somewhere along the way, that message got twisted. Caring became clinging, passion became panic, investment became obsession. And suddenly, your emotions aren't driving you forward, they're driving you off the road. Here's the thing nobody talks about. Research out of Harvard shows that emotions are pervasive, predictable drivers of decision-making, and they can override rational courses of action, often without you even realizing it. That means every time you're running hot, every time you're angry, anxious, desperate, or hurt, your brain is literally hijacking your judgment. You're not thinking clearly, you're thinking emotionally, and those are two very different things. The lie we were sold, that emotion and strength are the same thing. They're not. Emotion is energy. Strength is knowing when to use it and when to let it pass.
Let's get into the science for a minute, because this isn't just philosophy, this is neurology. Inside your skull, there's a constant tug-of-war happening. Your limbic system, especially a little almond-shaped structure called the amygdala, is responsible for raw emotion, fear, and your fight-or-flight response. When something threatens you, or hurts you, or makes you feel out of control, the amygdala kicks into overdrive. And it's fast, way faster than your conscious mind. But here's where it gets interesting. On the other side of that battle is your prefrontal cortex, the seat of rational thought, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Practicing detachment actively engages your prefrontal cortex to override those raw, reactive responses. You're literally choosing a different neural pathway. Every time you pause instead of react, every time you observe your emotion instead of becoming it, you're doing a rep. You're training that prefrontal cortex like a muscle. And over time, consistent practice of detachment rewires your brain, strengthening the pathways for emotional regulation and resilience. This isn't weakness. This isn't suppression. This is engineering yourself from the inside out.
Before we go further, we need to kill a myth right now. Because when most people hear emotional detachment, they picture someone cold, robotic, the guy who doesn't laugh at funerals but also doesn't laugh at birthdays, someone who's checked out of life. That's not what we're talking about. Stoic detachment doesn't teach you to eliminate emotions or distance yourself from the world. Instead, it's a blueprint for managing your reactions, seeing life's events clearly and calmly. The difference is everything. You can care about something deeply and not be destroyed by it. You can love someone fully and not need them to survive. You can want to win and play with a steady hand. True detachment isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about remaining grounded and resilient. It's about observing your emotions objectively, deciding if your response is reasonable and constructive before you act on it. Think of it like this. You're not turning off the screen. You're just picking up the remote. You still see everything that's playing. You're just not getting sucked into it.
Here's something wild. The people who figured this out first weren't therapists or neuroscientists. They were generals, emperors, and slaves. Marcus Aurelius ran the most powerful empire on earth while watching a plague kill 10 million of his people. He wrote about keeping his mind calm, his judgment clear, his actions deliberate, even in the middle of catastrophe. Epictetus was born a slave. He had no freedom, no power, no rights. And yet he built a philosophy of mind so unbreakable that it's still being studied and practiced 2,000 years later. What did they know that we don't? They understood that true power lies in your response to external circumstances, not the circumstances themselves. Read that again. Your response, not what happens to you, not who does what to you, not what you lose or gain. Your response. That's the only real territory you own. Everything else is rented. Stoicism empowers you to live fully, accepting life's ups and downs without letting them define your self-worth. That's not resignation. That's liberation.
So here's where it gets really practical. Because all this philosophy is useless if you can't apply it when someone cuts you off in traffic, or your boss undermines you in a meeting, or the person you trusted throws it back in your face. The power move isn't to suppress what you feel. The power move is the pause. When that amygdala fires, and it will, the most powerful thing you can do is create distance between the stimulus and your response, even a few seconds, even a breath. Because in that space, you get your prefrontal cortex back online. The Stoics viewed turmoil as an opportunity to examine your judgments and attachment to external things. Each difficulty becomes an opportunity to ask, is my perspective reasoned or is it reactive? Am I viewing this with wisdom or am I viewing it through emotion? That question alone changes everything. And here's something else. Detachment from outcomes means shifting your focus from the end result to the effort and intention you put into your actions. By letting go of the need for validation or success, you find freedom from the fear of failure, and you can finally embrace the process itself. That's where peak performance lives, not in desperation, in presence.
Now here's where we have to be honest, because there is a dark version of this. There's a difference between emotional detachment as a practice and emotional detachment as a wound. Some people aren't detached because they're powerful, they're detached because they're protecting themselves. They've been hurt so many times that numbness feels like safety, absence feels like strength, but it's not. It's armor that's become a prison. Some thinkers who've studied Stoicism argue that suffocating your emotions, internalizing everything, and denying what you're truly feeling, especially after trauma, can become its own kind of curse. So we have to be honest about the difference. Are you detaching because you're choosing clarity, or are you detaching because you're afraid? Real detachment is conscious, it's chosen. It's not running from your feelings, it's running through them, with enough self-awareness to not let them make all your decisions. If your so-called detachment is just avoidance with good branding, that's not power. That's still fear in a different outfit.
So how do you actually do this? Here's what it looks like in real life. Step 1, notice before you act. The moment you feel that spike, anger, anxiety, humiliation, craving, name it, out loud if you have to. That's anger, that's fear. The act of labeling the emotion activates your prefrontal cortex and starts reducing its grip. This is backed by hard neuroscience. Step 2, buy yourself time. You don't have to respond immediately. The most powerful people in any room are almost never the ones who react the fastest. They're the ones who respond best. Research shows that when an emotional trigger and a decision are separated, even by a short delay, the emotion's influence on that decision decreases significantly. Harvard, time is your weapon. Step 3, focus on what you can control. Stoicism emphasizes accepting what is beyond your control. Instead of burning energy trying to manipulate external events, focus on what you can actually influence: your thoughts, your actions, your attitude. Step 4, let outcomes belong to the universe. Do the work, bring your best, then release the result. Not because you don't care, but because obsessing over what you can't control is just stress pretending to be strategy. Step 5, repeat until it's who you are. This isn't a one-time insight, it's a daily practice. Every time you choose the pause over the reaction, you're becoming someone different.
someone harder to move, someone easier to trust, especially yourself.
Here's the part that people don't expect. When you start practicing true emotional detachment, not numbness, but regulation, something strange happens. You don't become colder. You actually become more present, more clear, more capable of genuine connection, because you're not reacting to people, you're seeing them. Detachment helps you step back and recognize when difficult people are suffering. While total indifference may seem cold, the Stoics balance detachment with compassion. The goal is level-headedness, not apathy. You stop taking things personally, not because you've stopped caring, but because you've stopped making every situation about you. And that shift, that single shift, changes how you move through the world completely. In today's world, detachment helps you resist the pull of instant gratification and maintain your focus on long-term goals. When everyone else is chasing dopamine hits and reacting to every notification, you're playing a longer game, and the longer game almost always wins. The absence of reaction is not the absence of power. Sometimes the most devastating thing you can do is nothing. No response, no drama, no feed for the fire. Just stillness, just presence, just the quiet confidence of someone who knows they don't need to prove anything. That's the absence protocol. Not disappearing, not going cold, not pretending you don't feel. Just refusing to be moved by everything that was designed to move you. Your emotions are information. Use them. Don't be used by them. If this hit different, you know what to do. Subscribe to the Absence Protocol, and I'll see you in the next one.